worried about Calli, man. Her voice. Like, she got permanent damage. Hopefully it can be mended. Because this is her job, like singing and all that. But I can't fucking believe... I have to scold her. Like, she has this voice issue, this throat voice whatever issue. And she still does like 2 streams in a row. Like, relatively long ones too. Like, she played Dark Souls and 7 Days to Die. When I saw that, I was like, girl... I literally wanted to scold her, but okay, like if she... I'm sure she wouldn't risk it if it was really dependent on that. If that would really have an influence on it, I would hope that... I will assume that she knows what she's doing. I hope so! I don't know, like if... I just want her to take care of herself. There was no need for her to do 2 streams. Says me, who's doing 2 streams, but I don't have broken voice glands or whatever it is right now. Yeah, scarring in her lungs. Like, that sounds pretty serious to me, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not her mom, I'm not her manager. In the end, it's, you know, her choice, of course. But I hope she gets well and better and fast, and I hope that scarring somehow heals. Doctor said to fully rest. I'm gonna strap her to her bed and not in a kinky way. I'm gonna go to her, put some handcuffs on her and cuff her to her bed and not in a kinky way. I guess the doctor didn't tell her complete vocal rest, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt probably to rest it a little bit for like a week or so, or a month even. At least no streams. Yeah, streaming is her job, but like, you know, members take time off here and there, especially if it's for health, and especially if it's for your voice, then your whole job depends on it. So the more you stream, the more you risk it, and not even for a biscuit. Like, I don't think you're getting any biscuits except from Herb. It'd be nice if she gave us a biscuit. Are there any... Okay, where are my K-pop fans in the chat? I need to point out something, and I need you to agree with me. That was so unnecessary, Devs! I want a refund. I want a refund now. But yeah, K-pop fans, where are you at? Did you see from Blackpink Jennie's new music video? So I'm generally not like a fan. I'm not a hater, but I'm not a fan of like her. But did you see? Did you see? Yeah, you saw? Now, what I want to point out is her outfit. That outfit where she's wearing that really short mini skirt and like dancing around the car. The mini skirt and you can see like her whole tummy, like, oh my god. And I look at that mini skirt and I'm thinking, this is like the accurate size of how my skirt, the length of my default outfit skirt would be if people cosplayed it really accurately. I was looking at that outfit and I was thinking, yeah, no wonder everybody cosplays it with... Most people cosplay it with a much longer skirt. Because I would not feel so comfortable in that, personally. But it's my default outfit, so I have to wear it. But on a real flesh person, it's a little bit more Hazukashi. So, like, oh, there is no coverage of ass provided. Ass will be out. You cannot bend down. You cannot, like, if you sit down on any surface, it's just your ass, your bare ass, sitting on that surface. Good luck in summer. Sweating with your thighs. Like, there's something about... Let me tell you, when you wear mini skirts or whatever, and it's summer, and you sit on some kind of plastic or steel or some kind of seat, if you were wearing pants or so, you wouldn't be sweating. But I don't know what is it. I need to learn about the science. Why do you sweat so much more when it's your actual, like, flesh touching the seat and touching each other? Why would just wearing fabric over that prevent that, I wonder? Skin needs to breathe. Why does it breathe more when it's covered? I guess you do sweat more, but it just automatically goes into the fabric. But I feel like I would feel that. Like, why is it so much more extreme when you're naked there? The metal doesn't let it... Yeah, I guess so. It's really uncomfortable sweating on I feel bad, of course, also for people who would sit there after me, and I always feel nervous when I'm supposed to get up, and then I wonder, will it look wet when I get up? So when I get up, I like slowly scooch, trying to drag if there's potential wetness there. I like to like try to like I don't just get up. I like try to move around to like maybe bring it with me, or like, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain. Like, I mean, I'm not sitting there completely naked. There's a certain amount of fabric somewhere there, right? So I try to, with that fabric, maybe wipe it away if there's something there. I can't see it, but I assume there's something there. Yeah, so anyway, do you enjoy these annual sweat? It's not even summer right now. Thank God, actually. I've been watching the survival channel recently. So this guy, he goes to places. Usually what he will bring is like just his camera stuff and maybe his canoe, if he goes to a place where there's a lot of rivers and stuff, and like a machete, maybe sometimes a tent, but sometimes no tent. Sometimes really amazing, like he will build a whole shelter from scratch. Like he did it on like the deserted islands, but he also sometimes he's from Canada, it seems. The deserted island ones are like very interesting, of course, but they're not the like most of his content. Most of his content seems to be filmed in Canada, and so in Canada it's more like mountains and cold stuff and so on, and so I've been seeing a lot of the Canadian wilderness mountains. There's not many animals running around, actually. Very vast mountains and fields. I think the videos are really well filmed, and he's not like... I've seen other channels. I had a streak where I binge-watched someone else's survival videos. That guy seemed to be a bit more skilled and knowing a bit more about stuff, but this guy that I'm watching right now, I don't mind that he's not like on the level as some others. I feel like it's a bit more realistic and relatable. Like he still fucks up some things, still learning some things, it seems, but at the same time it's still impressive what he does. Remember when I was watching stuff and I was telling you guys about spear fishing? That was so fucking cool. I was like, I want to learn how to spearfish. But then this guy, the Canadian guy, so in his like, he did one video on a deserted island, like kind of tropical, and then he did one in the jungle in the Amazon. And so in those videos, he says where he gets those survival skills from, which I don't see other people ever crediting the people who taught them, really. But he shows that there's like this like course that you can take in these areas. There's a jungle survival course from some YouTuber person, and there's a deserted island course from a different person. There's these courses, and I'm thinking to myself, yo, this is so sick. I want to take one of these survival courses. It's so cool. I want to learn that. Yeah, if it's somebody who's extremely experienced and tells you how stuff works and is together with you and maybe a couple of other people, maybe one day I'll take one of those courses. I want to learn survival skills. You know, those kind of basics that, okay, you will probably not need them ever. You'll never really be in a situation where you need to survive in a jungle. Unless... Wait, there might be! I travel so much on airplanes, knocking on wood, but if I ever happen to crash somewhere in a jungle or on a deserted island, and I would know how to survive, if I survived the emergency landing or crash, then that would save my life, possibly. No, I could survive! Hey! There's circumstances. Some circumstances, maybe I will survive. You know, they don't always crash the same way. Chances are not great, but yeah, hopefully I'll have my camera with me and then be able to document my survival. Just kidding. Yeah, realistically, this will never happen. Thankfully, I guess. But I still want to learn it. It would be so cool. Honestly, just because like watching this guy do that, especially in Canada, that felt like so refreshing and feels like a nice way to get away from the internet and all that toxic shit for a few days. And I thought of a genius money-making business scheme. Let's say You are so good at this survival stuff that you can easily just, you know, go into the wilderness, find some food yourself, go fishing, grill your food. You can easily go out there for 5 days or so, 6, 7 days even maybe. And basically you're not spending any money, right? Because you're just like living off nature and stuff. So how about you rent out your place on Airbnb, and each time you get someone to rent your place, you're like, okay, I'm out. You take your survival stuff, and for 5, 6 days you're making money with your Airbnb, your home, that you will get back to after. But in the meantime, you're surviving easily, comfortably, and having a nice time out in the forest or in the jungle, wherever, on the mountains. And you come back and you made money just by being away for a few days. And you didn't spend any money either, though, because you're just eating nature. I like this lifestyle. I think that's genius. Why not? Write that down, write that down. Like, I think that's so genius. Rent out your place, make money. When somebody rents it, you leave your home for a few days, you come back, then you don't need a fucking job either, maybe. Probably just live off of that. I don't see any flaws. I don't see any flaws either. It's a perfect plan. That's called being a landlord. Yeah, but the thing is, like, then if you rent out something on Airbnb, normally you have a different flat where you live. But in this case, you don't need a different one. You just keep the one that you're renting out, and then you just go into the nature for the meantime. It's different. One of the tenants need help when you're stuck in the woods. Nah, they can help themselves. You'll just put an automatic lock system in too. You don't even have to do the check-in, check-out. Just put the key somewhere. Worst case, you probably have a friend in the city who can, for worst case, maybe take over if they, I don't know, if their fucking toilet breaks or whatever. Or you just send a technician, but don't have to do anything. You can give them a contact number for a technician. Normally nothing happens. No, because it's difficult to live in the wilderness for your whole life, and you still want some home to go back to. But every once in a while, going into the wilderness is nice. Why don't you understand this plan? Stop trying to find flaws in my plan. It's perfect.